Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of our Community Access. This week, we will visit with Closets by Design, then we visit with Oxford Heating and Cooling, then we have a brand new store called Man Street Boutique, then we visit with DK Burger in Oxford, and finally, Upland Hills has donuts all today on our Community Access. Welcome back. Our reporter Alexis and photographer Stephen Brower are busy again this week. For the first story, Alexis and Stephen went to Closets by Design in Oxford. Here is Alexis.
Closets by Designs not only specializes in closets, they also customize pantries, garages, and desks.
Obviously, we do a lot of closets. Closets is a big thing, you know, closets. But we do a lot of things. We do a lot of garages, especially with it being spring. We do a lot of things to really get your garage organized. We do garage flooring as well as cabinetry, wall systems, things of that nature. But also mud rooms, pantries, offices, islands, really any space of the house that needs some sort of organization. We have the solution that we can help optimize that space and not only get it looking beautiful, but also functional as well.
The company also customizes pieces for each customer to better fit their area. Adam Haymore says since reopening, the company has been flooded with business.
We did actually come back, and for us it's been busier than it's ever been. So we had a lot of people calling and saying, my work situation has changed, I'm now working remotely and I really need a place to kind of work. So we've been doing a lot of customized desks, customizes office and school spaces, and things to kind of make it transition into working from home a little bit more easy and also organize them, you know, in the process.
The extra business isn't anything they can't handle.
So the good thing is, as busy as we are, we have grown kind of our employment as a company as well. So we have added designers, installers, and everybody is now officially up and trained because we came back in May and it was just full speed. So we've now kind of gotten to that point where we've been able to grow as a company and get staffed properly to make sure that we are able to kind of hit some people's timelines and deadlines and things like that. So right now, if you call for a consultation, we can get you in pretty soon, in a couple days, if not on some occasions the next day, and you know, work around your schedule. We are very flexible, where we have morning appointments, afternoon and evening appointments as well as weekend appointments for those who kind of that works a little bit more comfortable. So we can get a designer out to you pretty quick, and they will do, you know, get everything sketched up, designed, go over all the samples with you, and get everything wrapped up for you that day.
And customers have a bunch of different options to choose from.
The great thing about us is everything is truly a customized piece of furniture that goes in. So no matter how big or small your space is, we're really able to give you the best storage solution and optimize that space, you know, fully. So everything is will fit exactly perfect, cut to fit, and it's a custom-made space that will be specific to your needs and your wants as well. We have some of the largest color selections in the industry. We have so many different, from solid colors to wood grain looks to also wood grain feels that will feel kind of more like a textured pattern and kind of more like traditional wood grain deep ridges. So a lot of different samples that they bring to your home that we can kind of use to customize the space and make sure that you know, it gives you the functionality, but it also gives you that look you're really looking to get.
Haymore says it doesn't have to cost a bunch.
Because we do offer so many different product lines, we like to take pride in the fact that we're allowed to hit so many different budgets. So if somebody is just looking for complete functionality, we do have a very cost-effective line that will get them in, get their space renovated, whether it's your office, whether it's a desk or a closet or garage, and get you the same functionality that you would with kind of some of our upgrades. But then we also do have, I guess what you could call the flair, where if you want that desk or that closet to be the focal point of your room, we do have a lot of options where we can really dress it up. So we do take pride in coming into your home and saying we can hit this budget all the way up to this budget, but the good thing is the customer is really in control of everything because we break everything down and say this is the price for function, and then if you do colors or upgrades here, and everything is kind of, I guess you can say a la carte, so you kind of are in complete control over what that price is at the end, so you know that you're not going over your budget. The great thing is we are doing our best promo of the year, which is 40% off plus an extra 15% off plus free installation. So now is definitely, from the consumer side of things, the best time to buy, so you can assure that you're getting the best deal of the year. And we kind of tried to make sure we were offering that because with the pandemic, we know that a lot of people are in need for, with kids going back to school, and a lot of them are doing those virtually. We know a lot of people are in need of our product right now, so we want to make sure that at a time like this where people kind of have a lot more needs, we're offering them the best deal that we can to make sure, we can alleviate any stress of that financially and get them the space that they need renovated.
He says it's their biggest promotion of the year and customers still have time to participate.
We do have promos that we offer throughout the year. This is by far the best one that we've ran this year and most likely will run for the year. So traditionally when we do it once or twice a year, where it is the 40% off plus the 15 plus the free installation, and that is by far our best deal of the year. So that promo is currently active and running now, and it will run through the end of September. So as long as you schedule a consultation before the end of September, we'll make sure that we honor that great promo that we have for you and get you a great deal.
Even with the added traffic because of M24 construction, he says customers are still more than welcome to stop by.
We definitely get a lot more traffic pushed down in front of us because of construction going on. So the good thing is I think a lot of people are driving by and maybe they didn't know this is exactly where we were or that we had a showroom here. So hopefully on a plus note, while it takes a bit longer to get in and out of the office for all of us, maybe it does get us a little bit more exposure because people are driving by and saying, oh, I didn't know that's where Closets by Design were. So this is where our showroom is and our factory, and we welcome everybody in anytime they want to stop in for a cup of coffee and a quick tour. We'd be happy to kind of show them around.
Business is steady with more people at home, but the company says there's still plenty of availability for new customers. Reporting in Oxford, Alexis Ware, Oxford Community Television.
From Closets by Design, Alexis and Stephen visited with Oxford Heating and Cooling in Oxford. Again, it's Alexis.
The official name is DJG Mechanical, LLC.
Okay.
And we're doing business as Oxford Plumbing and Heating and doing business as Airvac Furnace Company.
Dennis Green has been in business for more than 40 years working inside homes. He says he's never experienced anything like the pandemic and decided to close for about a week, but then decided to reopen on a limited basis.
Our main two things are HVAC, heating, ventilating, air conditioning, plumbing service. We are a service company, okay? We service existing homes. We do a little bit of remodel, bathrooms, kitchens, things like that, nothing major. We stick to the service end of it. We do custom ductwork for replacing furnaces, ACs. Customers come in, as you can see, a little bit of custom work. But yeah, I've been in the business for 43 years. Again, I have 5 state licenses. I'm also a licensed builder and a licensed boiler installer. I can install boilers up to 5 million BTUs. So
He says business is steady.
it's when she shut everything down, the governor shut down the state of Michigan. We did not have to. We are considered an essential business. But for our customers, for our employees, we wanted to see where things were going. How bad was it going to get? What's actually going to happen? So we shut the business down. We worked from home. Teresa, our office manager, she took her computer home. We transferred the phones to her. She answered all the phones. She explained to the customers what was going on, how we can help them, what we can do for them. We strictly did emergency stuff. You had to have no water, no heat, no AC, that type of thing. We weren't doing any installs or replacements. So for about 2 months, we took care of our customers, on a one-on-one basis as they needed. Not a whole lot going on. I fronted the bill for everything, kept the business going. She opened it back up on the 15th. We sat down with all the employees. Where do you want to go? I want everybody to feel happy. I want them to be comfortable going into homes because we go from house to house to house. So we sat down, we figured out what we could do, what we wanted to do, and that next week 90-degree weather hit. Everything went crazy. We've been working over 40 hours a week ever since.
When it comes to construction, Green has a different take.
Last few years, summers have been actually very cold. The sales end of it has been way down. This year it was extremely hot. So sales were way up. It helped to kick up some of the revenue that we lost from the 2 months. Yeah, so actually we're pretty much on track to keep going. It helped to kickstart everything, yes. A lot of people are, they'll put up with a virus, but they're not going to put up with 90-degree heat in the house, So, yeah, and that made a major deal. That just kick-started everything. Everything went crazy from there. Luckily, we're not relying on walk-in customers. We have inventory, we have pool supplies, we do custom work. We do have customers coming in. Because we stock all this inventory for ourselves and we're on M24, we allow customers to come in to purchase parts as they need it. A lot of them are doing things themselves, no problem. They get in here if they absolutely need to, but it's not necessity. It's not a required that they have to. All of our work is in the customer's home. It's not here on 24. Luckily, we have a drive out the back, so we can sneak out the back. We don't have to rely on 24, so it's not really, other than the inconvenience getting in and out occasionally, it's not that big of a deal.
Overall, Green says they'll continue to offer and deliver the best work possible.
Consumers, DTE, they both have rebates if you get into higher end equipment, high efficiency equipment. They're doing a lot with that, so customers can get a rebate that way. We try to keep our prices down, as low as possible. This is what we need to run the business. Instead of a lot of the companies, they'll jack the prices up and come in and say, oh, we're going to give you a special today and knock 20% off. All they did was knock it down to what it should have been in the first place.
Now there's a brand new boutique in Oxford called Mainstream Boutique. Once again, Alexis.
Mainstream Boutique recently had their ribbon cutting virtually, but the customer interaction goes way beyond that.
We couldn't really have our ideal grand opening. We did a grand opening over a 4-day time period so that we could, have people come over those 4 days and not have everyone come at the same time with our limited, executive order of only having 10 people in at a time. So that's why we did it that way. But we would have liked to have a big grand opening. Maybe down the road we'll be able to.
Trina and Melissa both say opening a business during a pandemic was challenging, but having M24 construction on top of that proved to be even harder. However, they still say business is going well.
I don't think we know the difference, to be honest.
We'd like to, though.
Yeah, people come in and they say, oh my gosh, we feel so sorry for you girls that you're dealing with this. Has it really hurt your business? But we don't know. I'm sure it doesn't help our business, and we can't wait for it to be done. But I hear it's going to be beautiful.
Absolutely.
When it's all finished.
We were talking too about, for the first few weeks you had an actual drive-through to the front of your store, and now everyone has to go through the back. So have you had any questions about that so far on, how do I get into your store, or is there a better route to get here?
People do ask that because a lot of people don't realize that we have a rear entrance. So we just tell people go up Glass B to East Street and then come in through the back parking lot. Because we share the back parking lot with, Wood Chips and Homegrown Brewery. So you just park in the same area as that.
Yeah, our front entrance, it is open most of the time, but like today I went M24 and it was closed. So, but I noticed that Burdick is now open too. So the problem with going in the front entrance is it changes daily based on what they're doing out there. So
with everything going on, the two rely heavily on the company's Facebook page.
We use it to update people on our hours. We did have a grand opening, so we did a lot on the grand opening. We do styles on there. We do live videos every Thursday, so we have one this evening at 6 o'clock. So we do that weekly, and we showcase like a handful of outfits, and a lot of people do come in after seeing those. Yeah, and we're on Instagram as well.
Even after the pandemic and construction ends, they say business will stay the same.
I think it'll look very similar to the way it is now because we are a boutique. We specialize a little bit more. I think people feel safe coming in here because they're not going to the malls as much. Going forward, I think we'll do kind of the same thing. We want it to be special for you when you come in the door. On Mondays, we are leaving that open for if you want to do a girls' night out, if you just don't feel safe and you want to come in by yourself. So I feel it kind of look very similar to the way it looks now.
Right, so let's talk about those Monday girls' nights. What is that? Can you explain that a little bit more?
Well, when we can actually serve wine and have food, we'll be able to incorporate that. And, you know, if people want, like teachers, if they want to bring their teacher friends in and have like a teacher's night, or if there's just a group of girls that want to have like their private shopping session, we'll do things like that. So whatever people want, we'll listen and we'll incorporate things for them.
So this is not just a boutique, but this is also kind of like a social environment as
I
well.
want to make it that way, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Owners say the sizes fit the same throughout all the vendors they carry to ensure a good fit.
And probably during the holidays, we'll probably do some holiday promotions too.
Yeah, I think once things start to open up a little bit, we'll kind of throw some ideas around a little bit more. Right now, we're just trying to be smart about it and make sure people feel safe when they come in. And yeah, I think so. But I think we have a lot of ideas. We're just kind of waiting for the world to get back to a little bit normal.
The products are for everyone in the community.
I think that, you know, we just want people to know that we have clothes for all ages. We have casual attire, we have dress attire, you know, for when people do go back to the office. We have Mac and Me jeans, which is our private label, and those are our #1 selling item. People who need denim jeans, they fall in love with them, and they'll never buy another different pair.
Owners say new shipments come weekly on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and customers don't even have to come in to see them. They say every Thursday they host a Facebook Live showing some of their products for customers to see and buy.
Our vendors, a lot of them are just small, medium, and large. So a lot of times their large runs a little bigger, so they don't have an extra large for it. So if we have people out there that are saying, well, I wear an extra large or I wear an extra small, a lot of times just come in and try it on. Every vendor is different.
They say it's as simple as contacting them.
Yeah, through the Facebook Live we do.
Really?
Yeah, so we can invoice people through PayPal, and then they can either pick it up, we can do curbside service, or we can ship it for $7.99 as a flat rate locally.
And is, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, or if we have like pictures posted of a flat lay or something like that, then they can just say, do you have that in a small or medium or whatever, and we can invoice it again that way.
So yeah, so you can contact us through Facebook and Instagram. We have our address, our phone number on there, as well as our hours. So Monday is by appointment only. So if you want to come in here to have a private shopping session, if you feel more comfortable, we can do that. Tuesday through Friday is 10 to 6. Saturday and Sunday is 12 to 4.
Mainstream Boutique has their Sip and Shop Facebook Lives every Thursday to showcase new products. To check out some of that inventory, go to Mainstream Boutique Oxford on Facebook. Reporting in Oxford, Alexis Ware, Oxford Community Television.
Did you have a donut in a hamburger? Well, you can do that in Oxford at the DK Burger. With, again, it's Alexis.
Everything is good at DK.
Says employee Ruth, DK Donuts and Burgers closed their doors and drive-through windows during the pandemic like many businesses in town, but they recently reopened.
We shut down for a while because they were a little nervous about it. And so once about 7 or 8 weeks went by and things started moving again on the streets, then they reopened up with a lot of protection. And we're not open for inside dining yet, but you're welcome to come in and pick your donuts out and space yourself socially, and then of course the drive-thru is open.
The response was overwhelming.
The first couple weeks we opened back up because all our wonderful DK customers rushed back here. We had so many people, we were lined out onto 24. And so then finally when they got their fix, they were okay, and we went on to like regular business.
They say with fewer people going to work, they miss out on orders for the office and Sunday traffic. Other changes come from the cost of products.
Almost back to normal, but it's getting better.
And is it the same, like the usual, I guess?
Our weekend business is pretty good. It's not quite where it was. And then during the week, the COVID slowed things down because people aren't going to work and taking donuts with them to their friends at work, and the construction has slowed us way down too. So during the week we're not so busy, but the weekend all our good regular customers come and get their donuts.
And as soon as you guys reopened, if I'm not mistaken, you already had basically the street tore up in front of you, right? Or was that?
That was like not too much of the street was tore up. It just came like it started, I think, right at the end of the pandemic, and then now it's going to continue for a long time. But southbound will remain open. For a little bit, we had meat shortage.
Okay.
We're having trouble getting meat. But now it seems like we can get everything we want. But prices are going up. So the grease that you fry in is going up, and the mixes are going up. So prices are probably going to go up a little. I hate to say that, but everything is costing a lot more.
Hours have changed as well.
So our new hours are, we close at 2 and then we're closed on Monday. And if you go on Google and you read that we're open at 11 o'clock, that's wrong, because we're open at 5 o'clock every morning.
Overall, their attitude remains positive.
We're going to get through all this, you know, it's what everybody keeps saying, we're going to get through this together. So thanks for buying our DK donuts and our DK burgers.
Yeah, we hope that, you know, we keep doing a good job, so we hope new customers come in and everyone can know that we are here. So we hope it's to get everybody get some donuts.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And their donuts are made right in there in Oxford at the DK Burger. Next up, Alexis and Stephen went to the Upland Hills, and they also have donuts. Again, it's Alexis.
This time of year, students are usually returning to class, but this year the pandemic had other plans.
Just like probably every business, maybe 90% of every business, people are trying to figure out what to do during these unusual times. And the schools are included in that. We have a lot of students in our local schools that their parents don't know exactly what the schools are going to do, or the schools don't know exactly what they're going to do, and they're actually trying things out, experimenting. I heard a teacher say they're flying the plane while they build it. So we're doing the same thing, I guess, because we're going to try a fall camp for the next 2 months. That's 8 weeks of camp. We actually start on Monday, and the students will actually come here, and we'll have educational experiences for them throughout the day. We'll have opportunities for them to do whatever Zoom calls they need to do. We'll have the internet set up for them and places for them to actually do things that they might have to do with their classroom or whatever school system they're involved in. But we'll also be providing a great environment for them to learn hands-on, outdoors. If it's cold, we have some indoor spaces that are very airy and outdoor-ish. So it's a great environment for the kids to be able to be together, to be in a place where they can learn a lot of great things with a lot of people that care about kids. So we're really excited about it. We've never done it before because we're doing it for this very reason, and it might be something that really works out, and we'll definitely be learning along the way, and whatever we learn probably help us with other business aspects that we're involved in.
So it's interesting that you say students can do some of their online work if they need to while they're here. So how long is the camp? Is it like half a day? Is it whole day?
It's an ordinary day. We'll start at 9 and end at 3:30 in the afternoon. So it'll be an ordinary length of day. Every school has a different thing or different setup. So some of the students are going to be doing Zoom calls for quite a while. Some of them have to check in at certain points during the day. Some of them have to check in whenever they want to. So we're being extremely flexible, but we're providing a program for them. If they're available to be involved in what we have on our schedule, they can do that. If they need to do some studying on their own, there's places for them to do that. And there'll also be some staff standing by to be their helpers. So we have a lot of college students that work for us during our summer camp, and some of them are also putting their names up on a list to be tutors, because there are certainly a lot of parents who are doing things at home that need some extra help, and they can do some of that tutoring here too. So we'll have some of our students only come for certain days of the week, but we're scheduled to be open on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for this camp. So it's just a 3-day camp, and it's going to supplement whatever students and parents need for their education.
That usually includes students from kindergarten until middle school.
We have on the internet at uplandhillsfarm.com, there's going to be a tab for summer or fall camp. I said summer camp because that's such a habit, for our fall camp. So if they click on that tab, it'll have an application form, and there's lots of options on there because we know there are lots of needs of different kinds of options. So
Farmer Nate says the target is to include as many students as possible.
We're right smack dab in the middle of several school districts. We got Lake Orion, Oxford, and Romeo. And Rochester is right on the fringe too, because each school has a different system set up. there are maybe different needs. We know Rochester has a setup where there's a lot of time spent with the Zoom calls and stuff, so there are probably some parents that will opt to do this where there's some time to be with other students and also to be outdoors. We are going to try to enroll 60. We'll have 10 different groups, or 6 different groups of 10, or no more than 10. And the idea is that they'll be able to rotate to different places where there's different educational things set up for them to do and participate in. This first week where our attendance is scheduled, or right now what's booked is very low, the small numbers, but we'll have some great experiences for them. I mean, there's lots of room. It's going to be a blast. I mean, the kids are going to be able to do some things hands-on that you couldn't do in a normal classroom. We're not going to be handling 30 students at once, not even 15, the maximum of 10 per group, and we have some ideas for some really, really fun hands-on educational things, including building toys and using science basically to learn how to do things. Hopefully hatching some eggs during the time the campers are here, and kids will be making things out of milk. Things we didn't really have a chance to do during some of our other field trips and things because of the amount of time we don't have. Now the campers will be here for an entire day and the focus will be education, so we can actually try some of those things out. It's going to be a very fall experience. Right now we have some wonderful people that make the place look beautiful. You might have seen some of the flowers, and they're actually working on it in the midst of it right now, so it's going to look even better. Yeah, the bonfire in the background, and so it's going to look very much like a fall type time. They're going to smell donuts. There's going to be cider around, so yeah, they should really enjoy it, as the fall season can be very enjoyable. And if you've ever been out here in the fall, the colors are amazing. We have this hayride trail that goes right through the woods, and I'm usually one of the drivers, and I get to see the color change and the wild animals that come out of the woods, the deer and the turkeys and things like that were out there. So it'll be a very cool place in the next couple months. Yeah.
And is that something you guys are still doing, this fall, not just for the fall,
yes.
fall camp students?
So our fall festival is not being tweaked a whole lot. There are some things we're going to do. One is people will register ahead of time. So if you're planning on coming for the fall, we're going to have a limited number of spaces. If you don't register ahead of time and you pull in and we're full, we're going to have to say, sorry, we can't let you in, because we want to make sure that everyone does stay safe. We're asking people to wear masks and to honor social distancing. And this summer we did some summer Sundays, so it's going to be very similar to that environment. It went really well for us, our summer Sundays. A lot of people came. Families waited outside the door if they wanted to go into a barn until the crowd cleared a little bit, and people seem to be very respectful of each other and their distance. So that we feel pretty good about fall. We've had a little experience with our summer Sundays to give us an idea what it's going to be like. So yes, we are doing Saturday and Sunday fall festival. We're doing the fall festival on Saturdays and Sundays. We are also going to do an evening hayride on Friday, so that'll be a little different. Some of these details are still in flex because we're learning things that are going to work and aren't going to work, and obviously we hear from the government once in a while about rules that change and stuff. So make sure you look at our website, uplandhillsfarm.com, get the details there about the fall evening hayrides and the fall festival. Yeah, it's kind of a good system anyway.
This year that you guys aren't selling that you typically do?
There are some things a little bit up in the air. One thing that we're probably not going to do that's going to be kind of upsetting to some people is pony rides. And the reasoning is we want to make sure that there's not a lot of people touching the same things over and over again. And it's one of the, pony rides just go round and round, and there's always new people getting on. And it has been a very popular thing. It also involves a lot of staff, and we're decreasing our numbers significantly, so we won't have the necessity for all those staff. So it's a little more difficult to keep us doing our pony rides. So I'm sorry, but that's the one thing, and I think it's been determined that we're not going to do. So, but I think other than that, everything will be a little different, but we're going to try to make sure everything happens, the pumpkins, the cider, the donuts. So.
Farmer Nate says there's still plenty of time to register your students for fall camp. To do that, just go to uplandhillsfarm.com. Reporting in Oxford, Alexis Ware, Oxford Community Television.
Well, there you go. Well, that's all the time for this week. We hope you enjoyed our program. For Alexis Ware and photographer Stephen Brower and our production manager and editor Terry Stiles, I'm Bill Service. We hope to see you again on our Community Access.